Alright, so it's my turn now, so let's see what effect I might... Okay, good. Thankfully, I don't have to come across into that particular minus dice block for sure. I would have landed on that particular blue space on the left island, but, because I might actually be worried if someone managed to land on the happening space for sure. And then, because of that, if someone managed to land on the happening space, I will pretty darn sure I'll be lose some of my coins, for sure. But anyway, Skateboard Scamper, we've already managed to play this before, but since I've lost last time, so hopefully I'll get some of my vengeance for, you know, claim my victory again. So anyways, oh yeah, there's another game that just recently announced during the actual indie world. And that was the forms of Evergate. And as far as I recall correctly, is the fact that that game was remarkably similar to Celeste, but except the fact that it just usually has some sort of like their own gimmick of any sorts. And that game did recently came out recently, so there's not much else commented on there. And also to top it off is the fact that they actually announced another set of selections of indie games they show off, like Haven. I think that's what the actual game is called, and of course Going Under is about to due out. Actually, they have some of these release dates, kind of think about it, like Haven is about to be releasing later this year, developed by the Game Breakers. And also there's Going Under, that has been going to be released until 24th of September, which has been developed by Team 17 Digital Limited. And also they've revealed the Red Lantern is about to due out at some point in this autumn in 2020, developed by Timberline Studio. And what else is there? I forgot. Oh yeah, buddy forms of that particular other game, which is Unrailed. It's been developed by Underdoor Astronaut, and it was about to due out at some point in September 23rd. And, oh, wait, I actually realized we're playing Facelift again. Someone able to actually thought about this minigame was actually popular, but anyway. Another game they actually did revealed as an announcement, which appears to be Struggling, and that was being developed by Frontier, and that was going to be released until at some point in, well, specifically 4 days from now, because usually this is going to be uploaded on Sunday, as you can tell. And also we've got ourselves In Most, which has been developed by Tackle Fish or something like that. And that was going to be releasing until... Aw, dang it! Yeah, sorry about that, because I simply just messed up on that facelift. So, yeah, there goes my 20 coins. Oh well, we'll gather some more. Journey forms that mini games and stuff like that, so... Oh well. So anyway, In Most is going to be released until at some point in it, actually, gonna think about it, it already came out recently, actually, so even then, no, there's not much else to say. So, yeah, and as well as that, there's also She Dreams Elsewhere, the game that I wasn't particularly never heard of, but it was about to due out at some point early next year. And kind of think about it, that particular game reminds me of Earthbound for some reason, because of the actual weird, the actual visualized turn-based battle system or something. And also they revealed Gridstone, which is basically like a puzzle kind of game, and it's about to due out at some point in autumn this year, so not much else to tell for this point. So, and also they revealed Goner 2, which is also going to be released until at some point in this autumn in 2020. And I suppose the final thing they actually did reveal during the forms of the indie world, and that was the fact that with the actual emphasis on a brand new update, which the game that already came out for about a year ago, which appears to be Untitled Goose Game. And as a result, they did manage to reveal a brand new update, and to top it all off, the physical version will be on its way and join at some point, specifically next month, potentially. So even then, no. I don't know if I might able to get it, but from what I've heard from some fans out there, it was actually a really, really cool game. But I don't know what specific version I might try to get. for the PS4 version for trophy support, even though despite the fact that I'm almost running out of my gigabyte storage from my PlayStation 4. But hopefully I'll try to think about it, especially noticeable how the fact that recently, actually, I've recently managed to pre-order Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 on the remastered particular compilation games on the PlayStation 4, so that way I can able to get my full experience of both Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 or skateboarding if you lived in the PAL territory, and as well as Pro Skater 2 for the very first time. Because I've already played the third game and the fourth game, but I haven't really played that much just because, as I said this before, I've already hooked up that much video game consoles though, just because we're still waiting for that particular cabinet that we can able to build. So that way we can able to actually fill up the entirety of the game console systems. So, well, looks like DK messes this up. So anyways, back into that particular solution, and also because of how the fact that, well, I'm still going to save up for the Crash Bandicoot 4 It's About Time game, so as a result I'm still looking forward to it. Especially noticeable with Kingdom Hearts Melody of Memory at some point by the end of the year, if possible, and if it does become delayed due to the forms of that pandemic, then I'll be like, oh screw you pandemic. So anyways, and yeah, let's get to the back in the conclusion of the actual final thing they actually did announce for the indie world, as far as I'm aware. They actually revealed there's going to be a free update for Untitled Goose Game, or Untitled Goose Game, as far as I like to say. And because of that, oh, what's the actual... oh, shoot. I will be pretty damned I'll be screwed over and over again. I seriously swear to God. I'm always losing coins. But at least I'm now on third from now on. Especially how Luigi managed to able to gain... oh, Luigi and Peach both are in first. I just realized that. Anyway, they actually revealed there's gonna be a 2-player co-op option for the likes of Untitled Goose Game, which is actually pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie. But either way though, basically for the 2-player mode for Untitled Goose Game, is the fact that you would able to take control of, well, one player can take control of, well, one goose, and then the other can take control of the other. And fundamentally speaking, it's the fact that the 2-player update is already came out just recently today on the 23rd of September. So I was like, okay, that seems pretty quick to able to release it. So even then though, and yes, they actually revealed the actual physical version of the game. So I think, expectantly, they were able to release that in the exact same day, which it already did, during the forms of the exact same day, as in the forms of the update. So, that's pretty cool though. I might try to able to get Untitled Goose Game, kind of think about it, and join at some point in the future. Not now though, just because I'm still mainly focusing on waiting and hoping that we might get ourselves the forms of that particular Super Mario's 35th anniversary compilation, which I'm hoping that'll be revealed. But we have to wait until next few days until eventually it'll be revealed. So, because that was the actual compilation I've heard so many times, and I'm really looking forward to see how that turns out. Especially noticeable how the fact that I'm a die-hard Mario fan, especially noticeable for Sonic fan as well, despite the 90s console wars during that back in the day. But regardless of everything else though, is the fact that, well, I'm just really hoping that'll be the case. And same applies to the Super Mario 3D World. The actual Switch ports were about to due out at some point too, but we don't know exactly when though, just because the problem with the actual announcements every now and then is that the pandemic will try to slow them down, which as a result, it's just a bit of a pace breaker, I'm telling you. It's just... anyway, enough about that. And let's just move on to the actual good stuff, especially noticeable that we are playing, you know, a fun, you know, game of Mario Party, as you know. Strangely enough though, is the fact that between 2019 and 2020 so far, those years are the only years never seem to reveal a brand new Mario Party game yet. I'm guessing it's probably because that back in well, as I usually think about that, is the fact that back in 2012, or technically speaking, back in 2011, in the E3 announcements, they actually did announce Mario Party 9, and then eventually it'll be released until in 2012. But then in 3 years later, well, I'm talking about the console Mario Party games, because the handheld ones are basically some sort of like a side spin-off stuff. But basically, it's the fact that back in 2011, they've got announced Mario Party 9, which changed the formula drastically, as well as the actual different developer, and also because they're about to be planning to release that game in 2012, which it already did, since in the 2nd of March, during the forms of 2012, in the UK version, the one I'm talking about. And then, in 3 years later, from the likes of 2014, well, generally speaking, let's talk about the E3 announcements in between, let's just say, between Mario Party 9 and Mario Party 10, and Super Mario Party, in between those little E3 announcements dates. That, as I said before, the E3 2011 just recently announced Mario Party 9 back in almost a decade ago, and then 3 years later in 2014, they revealed Mario Party 10 for the Nintendo Wii U, and eventually it'll be released until at some point in, well, you know. And, in 2018, we've got ourselves Super Mario Party, which, you know, what we expect. And then eventually Mario Party 9 did release in 2012, and then 3 years later we have Mario Party 10 in 2015, and then another 3 years later for Super Mario Party release for the Nintendo Switch. So I'm really hoping that'll be kind of like the same tradition whenever we move on to Super Mario Party 2, or something for that matter, until likely next 3 years. Well, I wouldn't say that if I were you, because we're still in 2020 after all. But definitely next year, we might able to get the new Mario Party at some point, but we don't know exactly for sure yet, just because, again, I said this before, it's just the stupid pandemic's fault. Anyway, let's play some memory match. And because of that, I might able to match them all. So when you hip drop on the panels, a picture will appear. Remember where the pictures appear and try to match them up. So I think you've got about, like, I think you would have to find 4 pairs in the actual match. So I'm guessing as far as I remember this correctly, so. But at least we did manage able to play this, at least. So, and as far as the actual one-player minigames that I've not exactly played yet, the next few ones are, I think I've only got about 4 left, so we haven't gone far with it though. Especially noticeable that, obviously this is still the 4th board we are playing through, Yoshi's Tropical Island, and eventually next weekend we'll hop into probably the board I'm not exactly looking forward to, which we'll explain why until whenever we get on to next weekend. So yeah, we'll probably talk more about it. And booyah! We found every single match of the pairs, so huzzah for that. And I think you might able to get 10 coins maximum, so at least if you manage to succeed for that particular minigame, so yeah, self-explanatory. And the only panel you need to avoid is of course the Bowser panel, which can able to slow you down, so something's worth mentioning. Alright, Tightrope Treachery, we've already played this before, but since that Peach is now going to be doing with the actual balancing, so yeah, as far as I was going to point it out. Some people might find it a bit disappointing for some people when it comes to the forms of the ND World Showcase most of the time, because the reason being for that is because of how the fact that, well, they never actually revealed the new Holy song, which, or for the lack of a better term, I would classify for saying Super Meat Boy Forever, which I have no idea why they skipped that entirely. And also same applies to the sequel to Holy, or Hollow Knight, for the forms of Holy Knight 2, which I have no idea why they skipped that. And it's also kind of weird as well that they skipped over Sports Story in the actual presentation, which I bet that some fans out there will be like so agonizingly disappointed they just never gives us the actual new release date for the Sports Story, which I felt so sorry for some fans out there. Alright, last 5 turns, we know what to expect, and I think Peach is in the lead, yup, and I'm in 2nd, and Luigi's in 3rd, and DK was in 4th, so... And let's go ahead and, well, play the rest of the game. Hopefully without getting too much screwed over these days, especially noticeable how the fact that I just keep on losing a lot of coins during the forms of the entirety of the beginning portion of the board. So, you know. Anyway, so Luigi lands on the blue, so, and plus he meets up with Bowser, so, and DK gets a 9, so I was expecting, oh, he was only 1 space left by getting himself his first star. And meanwhile, Peach is gonna meet up with Bowser, of course. So, yeah, we probably expect to see how this is going. Choke points! Yeah, I have no idea where I got that reference from. But that's just how it goes, basically. Sometimes I always do that most of the time whenever I play this board. Well, I don't usually play this board as much as the forms of, Mario's Rainbow Castle or something like that, because, well, sometimes, you know, shuffling between Toad and Bowser can get pretty much, well, I don't know. Alright, so we'll just try to spend 8 coins at most to able to actually bypass that thwomp. Until whenever we get onto Mario Party 2 on the other hand though, that's basically we'll come across into the exact same ordeal as before. So, but either way though, let's not get ahead of ourselves. We still have not played, or actually, kind of think about it, I still have not played, you know, Paddle Power and Limbo Dance, the Shell Game, and even Whack-A-Plans, because Whack-A-Plan is actually a really fun minigame in my opinion. But no, it's just the fact that I have to deal with the forms of that particular luck roulette kind of stuff. But regardless, we still got multiple chances so that we can able to show you guys every single minigames of how this game offers. So, at least we still got that at least. And speaking of such, I managed to match 3 mushrooms in the actual slot machine. I don't know how many coins I might get though, and it looks like I've got 6. 6 is not much, but at least that works for me. Alright, so looks like we're going on to another 4-player minigame, and, well, we played most of those anyway, so it's just we've only down to 3 minigames left. So as a result, according to my, checklist, that we still need to play Grab Bag and, Keep Away, and, also Hot Rope Jump, which these are the only, 3, 4-player minigames that we have not played yet, so... But again, it's actually pretty easy if you manage to run down every single minigames as possible, because, well, as you can tell, this game only has, let's just say 53 minigames in total, similar to the forms of, Mario Party Star Rush, except the fact that, unlike in Mario Party Star Rush, is the fact that Star Rush was on the 3DS, and then, as for the original Mario Party, it only came out on the Nintendo 64, as you know. I'm quite surprised still, is the fact that in between Mario Party 1 and Mario Party 3, never saw a light of day on the actual digital download re-release, which I'm guessing is because Mario Party 2 was actually a fan favorite of theirs, which is very understandable. And especially the reason why that Mario Party 2 just did manage to receive a digital re-release version on Nintendo Wii Virtual Console re-release, as well as the Wii U version as well, just because, well, I'm pretty sure Mario Party 2 is actually the popular of the 3. Which is very understandable because most of these minigames are really fun. Even the actual boards themselves are pretty cool. Well, only one exception, mind you, which is, well, I'm sure Sylvester will talk more about this until whenever he gets onto Mario Party 2 at some point, you know, in November. So, because of that, though, yeah. Alright, so, oh, wait a minute, DK's gonna steal from me, isn't he? If he does steals from me, though, okay, thank God. Thank God he's gonna go after Luigi, that's for sure. But let me guess, he might as well get... Okay, he got a little bit amount of coins. Better than 1 coin ownage, that's for sure. which I found kind of surprising about the fact that why do we got ourselves 1 coin steal from that boot to begin with? I don't know. Anyway, so Peach might get another poison mushroom. So at least she actually has some slight bit of advantage? I don't know. Anyway, let's take a happening. So, even though somehow we must be able to, well, lose our coins again, which I'm expecting so. Or maybe on the rare occasions that whenever we, if I'm feeling very lucky enough by able to actually obtaining the actual, the wall block, I should be safe from here. But, we'll see. We'll see what happens here. I was so close to get that new minigame. Keep away. That's one of these minigames we have not played yet. But we're gonna have to play Hot Bob-omb again, ever since in, Peach's birthday cake, and during the final turn on that board. At least despite the fact that I've somehow managed to accidentally land on that particular Piranha Plant trap from Donkey Kong either way. But you know. Okay, come on. Come on. Nope. Come on. Explode. And Peach loses. So as a result, we'll just go have to steal her coins. Well, only 5 of them most likely, so not all of them, mind you, because we have to divide them, so you know. So it looks like DK was actually in first place as well, so oh jeez, I think I got myself my foot cramp right here, so I must admit that I do apologize for that. Oh sweet, DK managed to land on the happening space, so as a result, I might potentially try to get the next star, if with anything possible. But again, it's all depending on luck though, really, but either way, we'll just see what happens. We'll just see what happens in during the earlier, well, I don't know how do I explain this right now. Well, at least thankfully the commentary itself is a little bit better than the first part, especially noticeable because, well, oh, really? I need to get a better roll. Jeez. Alright, so 1 versus 3 again, in Bash and Cash again. So that's the second time we play in this minigame. In this board anyway. Even compared to in the DK's Jungle Adventure, that we played that minigame a lot. Which, I just have no idea we played that minigame so many times. But anyway, let's try to go and steal DK's coins, kind of think about it. In fact, meanwhile for me, I'm just gonna have to not use the hammer at all, so I can able to focus on the coins, or the coin bags. Even though sometimes my depth perception, or even the camera angle can sometimes mess my movement up. And it looks like, I think Peach managed to able to got that coin back. Well, only one of them anyway. And I think fundamentally speaking is that I think I actually got 10 coins. But then again, we'll see. But unfortunately for Luigi, he doesn't get any. Yeah, I got 10 coins, so how's that for that? Oh yeah, kind of thing about it though, is the fact that back in 2011, despite the fact that that particular Let's Play is no longer there, I remember that one thing about the fact the matter is though, is that the chance time did really manage to able to give me a biggest leap. Oh, speaking of the devil. We got ourselves a chance time as soon as I say that out loud. Oy. Anyway, so yeah, back then, whenever I managed to play this board, back in a long time ago, oh man, the chance time's really liking me that much. But anyways, let's see what gets involved. DK gets involved, and thank god I'm not involved. And it looks like, oh, yikes. Looks like DK's coins will be taken from Luigi. At least DK managed to got 20 coins, and oh jeez, looks like Luigi might able to get, well, at least he got 60 coins though, so I guess that makes it a little bit more obvious. And I really can't guarantee about the fact that I'm not exactly entirely worried about this, because I don't think that Luigi might not catch up to the Boo, so that way, because if he catches up to Boo, then he will steal a star from me, so I wouldn't mention that. Anyway, so let's go and get ourselves our second star in our hands. And to top it all off, I think we might able to steal something from Boo as well. So hopefully we'll get ourselves multiple opportunities, so that way we can able to actually just to do a lot of things to go through. So anyways, let's steal coins to Luigi because he has the most. And thank you for giving me a lot more coins than before. Especially that last time it was actually just one coin on its own. Which I still can't even believe it's like, you know, random. Anyways, now we're finally playing a new minigame, Keep Away. In this case, Keep Away, as far as I like to pronounce that. Open the door without letting the Spike Koopas get the key. If they do, the game ends. Press B to pass the key around, and, well, it's all about cooperation kind of stuff. This minigame reminds me of so much of running on the bulb, or running from the bulb, except rather than just holding the actual light bulb this whole time, instead now we need to keep a hold of the key. But if we somehow lose the minigame, we'll pretty much guaranteed to lose coins, so... okay. Whew, that was pretty close. In fact, we managed to get into the actual door just in time.
Finish!
So huzzah for that. And hopefully we can get some more coins from here. I don't know who's gonna get the coin star though, but I'm guessing I probably might get the coin star, kind of thing about it. Especially noticeable how the fact that I just keep on, you know, earning lots of coins during, let's just say in one player minigame or something like that, so... Okay, so it looks like Luigi's gonna land on the happening space because it's pretty obvious because this is the last turn, so... Not much else commented on here, so either way though, it really doesn't matter because I think I'm in the lead right now, so God knows when. So I really can't guarantee that someone else can able to actually just get the star from this point, so... Because I think Peach might able to not make it, and DK is not gonna make it, and sure enough, Luigi's not gonna make it either, so... Yeah, that's pretty much all this is, so... Okay, so Peach managed to land on a Bowser space, that's for sure. Alright, so let's see what he's gonna do with her. Bowser Revolution? Oh, crap. Basically, Bowser Revolution, what this does is the fact that it'll able to actually activate the revolution where everyone else and I managed to able to get the exact same equal amount of coins. And as a result, that everyone else managed to got 48 coins, including me. So, yeah, I'm not exactly a big fan of Bowser Revolution, honestly. Oh, nonetheless though, is that I'm still practically going to be in the lead, but I don't know exactly for sure though, really. Because I'm really more likely concerned about the coin stall or something, so... Okay, so Basketball, we've played this before, so at least last time I actually lost to this, probably due to my teammate doesn't do anything for me at all, so... Excuse me. And hopefully we'll try to win this. At least I team up with DK though, so I guess that makes it obvious. Alright. Nope. Give me that bomb. Oh, thank you, DK, for able to pass it all the way from me. And sure enough, we'll get ourselves some more coins. Or, to be more specifically, steal their coins. Because if you can tell from that little results screen, that basically if some teams manage to win, then they'll steal 10 coins to the other team, so... And look at that, I've got 64 coins. Managed to match up the exact same number as what the actual console represents, Nintendo 64. Anyways, so let's see the final results in Yoshi's Tropical Island. We did that pretty alright. I mean, surely at the beginning it's not that great, but still. Game Star. Obviously me, because I'm the god of the minigames department. And whoever gets the coin star, it will be... Oh, it's definitely me. Now, I'm pretty sure that Luigi might able to get the happening star, at least I'm assuming anyway. Oh, both me and Luigi managed to get the happening star. Okay. That seems kind of you. I'm guessing it's probably because that we always keep on landing on those things. So, we all know who the winner is in Yoshi's Tropical Island. It will obviously be Wario Man, the muscly of them all. Well, generally both DK and Wario are the power type characters, as you know. But enough about that, let's watch the epilogue for Yoshi's Tropical Island. And as you can see, Pink Yoshi just managed to get stuck onto that one island, and basically most of these stars will get rid of the whirlpools, and basically the stars will able to become a star bridge, and that way the blue Yoshi will reunite with the pink Yoshi himself, or herself I should say. Pretty cool ending. And then if someone's in 4th place, Peach might able to get eaten by a Cheep Cheep. Oh jeez, that must have been a little bit more juvenile. I don't know how do I usually say this, to be honest, but
Wario, I got away.
So yeah, my 4th victory in terms of, you know, Mario Party Let's Play, so we kinda wish if we can able to bring Yoshi around in this board, because after all it was his board, but we've already seen him since, you know, Peach's birthday cake. So, anyway, detailed results. Minigame star, pretty much dominated for the most part. And as far as the coin star is concerned, oh, look at that. I managed to win by 3 coins from Peach. Literally, 3 coins. Imagine how the fact that if I managed to win by 1 coin out of that, that would be pretty serious. But, at least whenever we get onto the future Mario Party games or something like that, then, I don't know if we can able to come across into that, so, but dang, that was actually pretty close. And as for the happening star, well, obviously me and Luigi managed to land on 4 of these things, so, yeah, that seems quite a lot. And I've managed to land on I've landed on, 5 one-player minigames, that's pretty something. And seems I did not seem to land on a Bowser's base at all, for the sake of time. So anyways, I think simply to say is the fact that we'll go ahead and end things off here, so join me next weekend for more of Let's Play of Mario Party, is the fact that we get on to probably my least favorite board in the game. Or should I say, the worst board in the game, which appears to be Warrior's Battle Canyon, so I'm not looking forward to that, but we'll see what happens. So I'll see you guys next weekend. Later, fellas.